So, yep, Minecraft messed up. So Minecraft's April Fool's Day update came out today, and I have not played it yet. However, I did look in the files for it, and I found something crazy. I found a folder called 1.22.zip. I'm honestly kind of surprised that nobody else is talking about this. Like, this is huge. I checked the file, and sure enough, it is a full version of Minecraft 1.22 just ready to go, and it has some crazy stuff in it. So that's what I'm going to go over today. I'm going to go over the stuff in the file. I'm just going to show you what 1.22 Minecraft's going to look like. So this first new major change is about copper. Now, Minecraft is keeping trying to give copper new uses, which is great. I love it. And this use that they've decided is new copper ingots. Now, of course, we still have the classic copper ingot, but we also have the brand new exposed copper ingot, weathered copper ingot, and oxidized copper ingot. So if you went to a trial ruin and you collected a lot of oxidized copper and you wanted to convert it into grates without having to wait for that stupid oxidized timer again, you can now. You can just craft the block into the ingot, and then craft the ingots back into the block. It's great. This is an amazing change, and I really like the direction this is going in. The next major change is also a new item, and it has a really unique method of crafting. So you're not going to want to use the crafting table. You just want to place a block of string on top of the crafting table like this. That's to like tie it together or something. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's why it is. Then you're just going to randomly throw iron ingots and iron nuggets all over the crafting table. The number doesn't really matter all that much. I usually just go for about 10 each. That seems to work the best. There is a chance that it always doesn't work, but... Okay, then you're going to want to use the mace and jump and hit the string. And there you go. You have just crafted a brand new bucket. So what a bucket does is extremely revolutionary. You can use it to right click on water to pick it up, then you can walk a few blocks away, go somewhere else, and then you can place the water back down again. Like, this is amazing. This is so revolutionary. And even better, it's multi-use. It's not just like a one-time thing. You can pick the water back up, and then you can like, place it down again. This is amazing, because without this we would have to use the old method. And it's also multi-use. It doesn't just work on water, because you can also use it on lava and cows. But you can't use it on fish though, because that would be a little bit unrealistic for you to be able to hold like a living, breathing animal in inventory, so yeah. I was honestly surprised to see this next one in the game because this was a fan-made suggestion. These are copper rails. Now, copper rails, I'm pretty sure this texture is just a placeholder, but they do have these little arrows. And as you can tell by the arrows, they only allow minecarts to go in that direction. However, they can oxidize, and there's no waxed variant, so that has to be something you have to look out for. Oxidized copper rails will not allow minecarts to travel at all. And they will break eventually as well. And remember, there's no wax variant, so you need to pay constant attention to these rails. Although overall, this is an amazing change. I think this will really help. Next up, we're going to talk about raw netherite and copper nuggets. This is because Minecraft wanted to go back and add some things that some things have and some things don't. And I think it's pretty cool how raw netherite actually references the old nether quartz texture. Basically, you get raw netherite by smelting ancient debris in a furnace, which will give you 1 raw netherite. Then you just take 4 raw netherite and put it in a crafting table, and that's how you're going to get 1 netherite scrap from now on. Copper nuggets are just nuggets, and moving on. There is also code for a nether brick fence gate, but they forgot to retexture it. It still works, and the game still processes this as a nether brick fence gate, so expect to see that in 1.22 maybe, or maybe even in the next drop. Now this is the change I think is going to be talked about the most. Basically, mob heads, when you're wearing them, give you unique potion effects. Player heads give you health boost, which is probably a reference to lifesteal. Piglin heads give you speed for some reason. Skeleton skulls give you wither. Dragon heads give you levitation. Creeper heads give you night vision, which is probably a reference to that old spectator mode thing where if you looked at a creeper, or when you clicked on a creeper, it would make you see what it saw. Zombie heads will give you strength too, and wither skeleton skulls will give you fire resistance. You cannot turn this off, but I think it's a good change, so I think we can keep it on. We're actually going to need night vision because Minecraft added a new ore underground. So it should be pretty easy. Yep, there's some. This is the new Topaz ore. Now, Topaz ore is relatively common. I mean, you shouldn't really have that much trouble finding it. Like, there's like some there, some there. It looks pretty weird, and it kind of stands out, so you'll probably be able to see it like right away. And when you break one, you will get anywhere between 10 and a stack of Topaz shards. Topaz shards are very useful because they look really good when on the ground, and when you put them in an item frame, they're decoration. So it's a really useful item. Now, I know we're all here to see the end update, I'll get to it soon. However, first, Minecraft added a new structure, the pirate ship. It's an extremely unique structure that this game has never seen anything like before. So let's go see what kind of loot we can get. We have a little brewing stand here. Gives you health potions. Alright, not bad. And then going a little bit farther down, we get, you know, some pretty decent loot back here. It is, yeah, pretty decent loot. And then we also get some really good loot here. Let's see. We get... Ooh, okay, that's actually really good. Alright. Ooh, okay, yeah, this is a great structure. I love this already. And honestly, I think my favorite part about the structure is the fact that, like, Minecraft hasn't really seen anything like this before. Like, this is completely unique. If it looks like anything else to you, then you probably just haven't remembered how Minecraft works, because it looks like nothing else in the game. I mean, just look at how cool that looks. Like, I cannot wait for this to come out. Alright, it's finally time. Let's talk about... So when you first spawn in, everything might look very similar. However, it is anything but the same. If you fly over to the center bedrock pillar thing, you will notice that the torches have been replaced by soul torches. Minecraft, you have seriously outdone yourself at this one. Like, this is a huge change. Like, bro, they actually did it. Like, this is awesome. Like, can you believe it? They actually updated the end, bro. Aside from that, we also got a new block, the end slab. Now, end slab is kind of like end cobblestone. You get it by breaking stone. Yes, it does drop the slab for some reason, not the actual block. But don't worry, because you can get the block. The way you get it is by using a crafter, and you do it like that. Like, you put a slab on top of another slab in a crafter. Doesn't work in a crafting table for some reason. It only works in a crafter. And then it crafts an end slab block. And then you can go to a crafting table and put 9 end slab blocks into it to get 4 end stone blocks. And that's how you get end stone now. Like, they also made it so that silk touch doesn't work on end stone anymore, this update, for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, but this is how you get it. There's also a chiseled variant, which has flint and steel. This is probably a reference to the fact that if you light a tree on fire with flint and steel, then its leaves will slowly start to disappear mysteriously. Anyway, the next part of this update is sodium. Now, I love sodium. This is awesome. You get new armor. Sodium armor, like helmet, chestplate, leggings, boots. Like, it's great. It looks kind of like iron. I think that might be changed later. I think it's just a placeholder. Minecraft will probably change it though because it looks a little bit too similar to iron, and people might get it confused. So let's just put it on and see how it works. So it works kind of like iron. However, what you really need to pay attention for is rain, because if it starts raining, sodium explodes in water, so be very... The main thing about this update I was so surprised to see is the amount of like community requested features that are in here, because we have another one. This is called the woodcutter. I really like its texture because it kind of resembles the old stonecutter from Bedrock Edition before 1.14. And it works like a stone cutter but for wood. However, it's also better because you get a much better return value. Instead of just 1 for 1, it's actually 1 for 4. So as you can see here, if I put 1 oak log into the woodcutter, then I receive 4 oak planks back. which is really great because before, if you put it into a crafting table or your crafting grid, it would only give you 5, but now it gives you 4. So this is a great change that Minecraft needed for such a long time. I can't believe that this wasn't in the game sooner, but it's in the game now, so this is great. Like, this is probably the best change this update. Alright, so that's probably going to do it for this update review, and honestly, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, because this is one of the single best updates that Minecraft has ever gotten, or will ever get, because it's not out yet. But before we wrap up, there is something else I want to check, because I'm pretty sure I saw, like a book and quill or something inside the pirate ship. Like, Minecraft's never really done that before. I just want to see what it says, because it could be pretty cool.